If the Pac-12 had been a country in the 2012 London Games, they would have placed 5th overall with 88 total medals. A few athletes from the Conference of Champions joined us on Monday to share their experiences in the Pac-12 and as Olympians.
I'm so grateful I got to swim in college, especially at Cal. That whole atmosphere, everything about it, it really developed me as a swimmer, as a person, and I just learned so much about myself.
I played tennis at the University of the U of A, and we had a wheelchair tennis team. I had a scholarship for adaptive athletics to go to school there, so I got my school paid for, and I got to play some tennis. So I loved school there. It was a lot of fun.
I love the atmosphere of being at Stanford. I decided to redshirt this year just so I could focus on Olympic trials and hopefully making the Olympic team. And I got a great amount of support from my coaches and my parents and my teammates, and I'm still heavily involved with the collegiate team.
When I learned it was the Conference of Champions, I thought, what does that mean? Is that just a tagline? It's like, no, you actually are in the conference that has the most championships out of any conference by quite a large margin. So anytime I see a Pac-12 athlete, I kind of know, like, hey, saw you at conference or whatever. You just know the deal, so it's good.
Although the Olympians went to different universities, even former rivals like USC's Allyson Felix and UCLA's Harper-Nelson still feel a sense of camaraderie among Pac-12 alums.
It's cool, me and Dawn train together, and we train on UCLA's track, but, I'm a Trojan. So it's always, a little fun and games, until things get really serious.
But every now and then someone will say something that's Trojan related, and then you're like, hey, you're on UCLA's track, don't bring that out here. Like don't wear too much red, you know how that type of stuff goes.
When you are a Pac-12 athlete, or when I was competing was Pac-10, and we used to say, hey, go Stanford, go Arizona, or UCLA, and I've been the lone some from UCLA distance running for a long time, but to see Dawn on my left side today, I was like, that's pretty two Bruins right here is pretty nice, and Allyson was there, and I'm trying to keep them separated a little bit because that's UCLA SC controversy. And
it's such a respect that we have for each other because we both know how rich each school is, and in athletics, in academics.
It was great to run. I said if it takes for me to be 40-year-old to go to Rio and I have to go to the SC campus, I'll do it.
You know that everyone is at a high level and very competitive, but to have that everyone from the Pac-12 together is cool.
Before ending their sessions at the Beverly Hilton, Ashton, Eaton, and Kaitlyn Verfuerth shared their favorite Olympic memories.
My favorite Olympic memory is taking dinner to my wife in between day 1 and day 2 of her heptathlon. I walked over to the Canada House and gave her her meal so she didn't have to go to the dining hall and could focus on the next day.
The memory of going through this itty bitty tunnel with all of the Team USA, different teams and teammates, going through and then just being so proud and walking around the track with the American flag in front of you and waving at people in the crowd, and I mean that gives me goosebumps to this day. So yeah, that would be my Paralympic memory.
In Beverly Hills, Zuriel Loving, Cronkite News.